the sparkle in your eyes. I feel the warmth of your skin. Just the touch of your hand makes me do it. And it's a smile on your face. And as time goes by, I know I'm in a better place. I'm in a better place.
Welcome to Put It All on Red. This is Roberta the Tools lady. I just want to say thank you for joining me tonight. I have a wonderful guest for you. I'm going to let her introduce herself after I give you all of the, just telling you I appreciate you tonight watching the show. I want you to like it. I want you to follow me on all social platforms. I want you to join the YouTube. And tonight we're going to just talk about the power of not giving up. And I have this wonderful young lady who's a lyricist. So I'm gonna go ahead and hand it over to her so she can introduce herself, because I think she's gonna do better than me at introducing herself.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing this beautiful evening? My name is By Roberta, also known as Poetic Healing. I'm a mother of two. I'm also an author and a poet. And I'm a real serious poet.
That's
And so I
right.
just want to say thank you, ladies, for inviting me on tonight. It's a pleasure. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. And you're welcome. You're welcome. And I'm
Yes,
pretty sure
ma'am.
you're gonna be more than because when I got a chance to hear her speak, I got a chance to meet her. And she's so humble and she's so quiet. But then I got a chance to hear her speak, and when she spoke, it was straight from the soul, straight from her soul. And so it just touched my soul as well. So I'm believing you stick in, you gonna get your soul touched tonight. You better believe it. You better believe it, because she spoke to my soul that night. So just welcome. Now, there's so much going on. Before we get started, we're gonna kick around a couple of things. First of all, you know what? Let's just go ahead and check where we at tonight as far as our emotions. How are you feeling tonight, Murata?
Well, a smile can mask a lot of things. And
Uh-huh.
so if one thing I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna be true to myself, and I'm always gonna be transparent. So you're not gonna get nothing watered down or washed up when it comes to me. I only can be honest, and I feel like honesty sets you free. But I'm also a woman of integrity, so I just believe in just keeping it real. Physically, I'm okay. Mentally, exhausted. Spiritually, weak.
Okay.
Um, Financially, drained.
Okay.
Um, I have a lot going on, but sometimes I just hold on to the faith of a mustard seed. And sometimes that's all we have, is the faith of a mustard seed. So with that being said, this is my little jar of mustard
Okay.
seeds.
Okay.
And sometimes this is my reminder of sometimes this is all I got. If I got this, if I can hold on to this, these mustard seeds are tiny to where they're in this little bitty jar. And
That's
so if I know if as long as I got this much faith, when I feel like everything around me is crashing down, I know one thing. I'm still in the fight, and God is still doing what only God can do. And this right here, right now, is really what's keeping me right here. Just this much faith is what's keeping me in my circumstance right now. So right now, this is all I got. So I really don't know how to feel. I just know, in spite of whatever I go through, I know to just keep going.
All right, all right, all right. Well, you know what? That fit in what we said the show was going to be called "The Power of Not Giving Up." You know,
Right,
sometimes you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel all the time. And then to speak to that mustard seed, the mustard seed is very small, but a mustard seed tree grows very big. It's one of the biggest trees to grow. So when you talk
wow,
about that, that how big your faith is, in that mustard seed, when you line it up with the mustard, you talking about something big is growing big, but you might not see it as growing big because it started off so small. So I think the whole thing is to stay encouraged and look for it, because I know for me, I've been where you're at and still sometimes go down sometimes in there, go down, because we have our 80 20 points, right? So
right,
20% we're at our bottom, 80% we at a high. So that's how life goes. It goes up and down. So I've had my ups and downs, but I also have my faith, and I also know that it's like a storm. We keep going. You just keep going until you see that light. But that light is coming because you know it's coming. You just don't see it. You just don't see it
right.
coming. It's coming. It's gonna come from out of nowhere. It just, it's almost unbelievable how things work together. They just work itself out. So I'm encouraging you. It's gonna work out, because and then I'm gonna tell you something else, Murata. What I've learned, if you got a gift of healing somebody or healing people or healing a community, see, that's a big gift that you are packing. Now, see, our artists ain't heard you yet, but you got a huge gift inside of you that really actually the opposition have to put in some things to keep you from getting it in. Now, baby, you got somebody's healing inside of you. You got somebody's breakthrough inside of you. And it's a hard burden. Trust me, because I've packed it before. It's a hard burden because you got to be
Wow.
bold. You got to be bold and say, okay, I'm going to keep going no matter who don't want to hear it, who ain't ready to hear it. I'm going to keep going. This look like this. My kids is doing this. This bill is due. Like you say, this bill is due. My old man, he acting
Right.
crazy. Like he don't hear me what I'm trying. So, hey, but I got to keep going. I got to keep running because I got this big thing that's inside of me. And the thing about it,
Right.
even if you sit on it, you can't even sit on it that long. It ain't
It
gonna
got to
let you.
come out.
That's so you gotta do something with it. So just be encouraged that you gonna have a time that it's gonna come out. It's gonna work all together. It's gonna just keep on letting it light these fires around you until it just catch. It's gonna catch on blaze, baby. I trust me, because that's what it is. And for me, I was a little tired because we had this long weekend. So I've been just a little tired, but I was just optimistic because I knew that you was gonna be on tonight, and I was like, oh yeah, I look forward to it. So even on my way home today, it was storming. And let me tell you something.
I was caught in the storm. Like I just made it home. Like it ain't even been. I ain't even been. Like it ain't even been 20 minutes.
Yeah. So see
I
all of
was caught.
that, right? And so it was storming. Some of the places seemed like they flooding a little bit, and
Yeah.
it just happened all at one time, like right at 5, and then it just got really deep like that. But I was at
Yes.
the corner right here coming off of Walnut Hill in 75, where I lived at, right in Dallas.
That's over there
And
by
it was
Urban, right?
it's by North Park Mall. I live right in the middle of Dallas. So right by North Park
I
Mall.
was over
But
there
I was
by Galleria. That's where cause I was coming from Anna, Texas, and I was that following the GPS. I end up by the Galleria, Marsh Lane, and all that. And I'm talking about can't see, and I'm just like Lord.
that's
But
how it
I
is
was trying to
here.
get here.
So that yeah, so that's very close to me. That's on the other side. So I'm over just 635. Is it 635? And I'm off of 75. So right around the corner there.
Oh
The
wow,
way there. So yeah, it was. But what I thought about you, and so and the reason why it
wow.
was a mama and her two daughters, and they were standing at the corner, and the rain was just pouring down. They were coming from the grocery store, and they were walking, but the mama stood by herself and let the babies share the umbrella. And I thought, my God, what mamas go through. Because here this lady is, like you said, it's pouring down like sheets of rain. And this woman is walking with her two daughters. They holding their umbrella on top, each other, covering each other. And mama standing proudly by herself with her groceries in her hand. They got a bag of peace too, walking on back to their house. And I was like, my Lord,
But
what?
she making sure those babies are covered.
That's right. That's right.
She,
That's right.
uh,
That's right. That's right. And so I instantly thought about you because I was like, oh, yeah, this is like, what you had shared with us. And I was like, you could see it. Like I said, she was proudly standing there. She wasn't like in distress. She's like, okay, I know it's raining, but I know they got to stay dry. And
right.
I can get this cold, but I'm make sure they stay from getting this cold. So I was like,
They can't get sick.
that's right. That's right. I said that's a
Mm,
test
mm, mm.
of a mother, and a mom and a woman. We go through so much and we cover others and we'll leave ourselves uncovered, completely
Mm.
uncovered, whether it be our children, whether it be, our siblings, our parents, our, you name it. A woman will do that. You will cover you. We want you to be covered. So I just thought about that. So yeah, I'm just a little tired, but that's it. That's it. Now, before we came on, we were talking about how that storm hit down lower than us in Texas, where the little girls were wiped out. And I was sharing with the producer that that had happened in the area before in 1987. And it's really sad because that water came up 30 feet, 30 feet. So what I got from that is we never know. We never know. We just
Mm,
never know
mm,
how
mm.
things change, how instant things change for us or can change. And my prayer, my heart goes out to those families. And there's a lot of places or things out there that are asking if you want to volunteer. But I'm pretty sure the most definite thing you can give to them is prayer. Is prayer. Yeah, those poor children.
I mean, it's so much that could be said because you have to have a heart and you have to have a soul. And if you are a mother, you know, neither one of us never wants to leave our children uncovered.
That's right.
And not only that, this world is so wicked In the blink of an eye, anything can go wrong concerning your babies.
That's right.
And neither one of your babies are not a respective of person to where they're not able to not be touched or be seen, or like they're not able to not have anything to happen to them. Because as a mother, like my soul aches. I'm talking about to the core. My heart breaks. My spirit weeps
Yeah.
to even fathom of being a mama and getting that call saying, I know you sent your babies to camp,
Yeah.
but we had this major flood and we can't find them.
Right. Right.
We don't
Right.
know where they are. We don't know
Yeah.
if they dead or alive. We don't know what to tell you. But I'm sorry that I had to give you a call,
Right.
praying for you. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all. With
That's
no certainty, with no guarantee, with no I don't know where to look. With like there's no guarantee of what's gonna happen, but you left there holding your heart open because you're bleeding because
that's
of the hurt in your soul, that ache, that's brokenness that might not be able to be filled. Some of these women are just holding on to a wing and a prayer.
that's it.
And to be a mother, to have a daughter,
That's right.
it's one thing for them to do something and go somewhere and do something on their own. But it's another thing for you to be responsible and for you to take them somewhere because you thought they was doing something good. And you was thinking that, hey, this is about God, this is for the love of God, can't nothing go wrong. But then your whole soul is shaken to the core and you get the call that your baby may not never come home.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a testament to really that's a testament even to your faith. Because I think I know at that time, uh, dealing with grief myself in certain
Mhm.
times of my life, I know at that time I would have to ask God, what kind of God is going on? What is this? What is going on? Why do we have to? Because and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I even ask myself, why would we have to
Yeah, I
go
mean,
through this? Why? And it does hurt because like you said, you thinking, I was sharing with her, some our family children, they go to one and they go every year, so they're friends with those people and the other children, and they all come from everywhere. Those children are not just from one place, they from everywhere to go to that camp, and they just form like a friendship, forever, really. Because
and probably got a waiting list of little girls waiting,
right,
wanting to go
right.
to that camp.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And they get awesome because I know we're talking about the children, but they also have the camp leaders too, that are young ladies who volunteer to come and work
Oh
there
wow.
to be yeah. So you got those individuals as well. Because I was watching rescue one lady out of a tree. She had been up in the tree holding on, and they rescued her. And they were saying, but it's of course it's others missing, but that's one that they did rescue. They had to pedal out there and get her up out the tree, but she had been on that tree since that night. It's unbelievable.
And that's the testament that she even had enough faith,
Hmm.
for the even though the water was that high, and even in the midst of she knowing that her life would never be the same.
No.
And every friend that she went to that camp with, she got a possible chance of not seeing someone again. But she had enough faith, even if it was just a little faith, even if it was the size of just a mustard seed. She still had enough faith to climb to the top of the tree,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
to climb on top of the tree and hope.
And Yeah.
and
And
pray
you got,
that
yeah,
somebody find me, you know,
yeah.
somebody
And
find me,
they,
somebody help me, somebody
yes.
get me home.
Yes, yes, and all of that water just going. And somebody said it was two of them, but I did see one that they did. But yeah, and she was,
Wet,
and you could tell
cold.
she was exhausted because she was laid up on it, on there like just limp, like I'm tired,
No energy, no food.
Yeah, and it was in the daytime because they got washed out in the middle of the night or right at nighttime, the night, right at the end of the day before. So it was that next day they got her out the tree because it was daytime again. Yeah,
Wow.
so it's something. It's really something to think about, and like you said, we really have to have heart, take heart. I think that the biggest thing about it, and also the power of not giving up. Even though we see these things, even for us, because it's what we call secondary trauma. And secondary trauma, okay, it happened at 4 and the water came right rushing. Okay, so it happened at 4 a.m. And then it probably was
Wow.
sometime in the daytime when I seen them taking her from that tree. But it's something like it's called secondary trauma. So secondary
Right.
trauma is like when trauma happens, right? It's one thing for it to happen like it happened to them. So of course that's gonna affect them for the rest of their life. But for us watching, it's secondary trauma. As Murata said, my heart aches. When I seen the children missing, and because that's basically was kind of the headlines. They didn't say what happened or how they was missing. It just said 27
Right.
children missing in Texas, from a count. So I was like, oh my God, now they've taken 27 kids from this count. I can't believe it. And so I instantly, like you say, thinking about, well, how many times my girls go to a camp and get dropped off at camps, and you just don't know a definite of what's going on, how times have changed and how wicked things are now. So what I'm saying, we all go through like a secondary type trauma deal. Like what is this all about? What is going on? And so it gets
And like,
hard.
right, it's like even when you was talking about, grieving, um, I'm a person that have grieved my entire life. My existence was grief. I was born deceased. So even before I even made it into this world, grief was a part of who I was. Grief was a part of my makeup. And I always was, even as a child, I always had this sad feeling. I always could feel when something wrong. I always could feel when something happened. I always could feel, you know, anything having to do with grief, sadness, sorrow. Uh, and then also being a child that has been molested, that's been raped. Like I said, my whole existence was grief. And grief doesn't always mean death and dying, but in a sense, it's still death and dying because you're still grieving
Yeah.
a loss, whether if it's somebody you love, whether if it's a relationship, a situationship, a friend, a person, a place, a thing, you know, grief has this cycle just like life.
Yeah.
And like you said, that trauma, them girls facing firsthand, but we also got to face that trauma secondhand. Because
Mhm.
guess what? Now we know about it. It
Yeah.
ain't no turning back from it, even though we're not physically in the thick of it with them,
Yeah.
spiritually, we're in the thick of it with them. Because you got to have a heart. And if you don't
Yes.
have a heart, if you don't have a conscience, if you can't feel, if you can't learn to have that, because I'm just a very sentimental person. Like I have a caring heart. I care for people. Like it hurts me sometimes the way my heart is because like I'm easy to get sad and people are easy to play on that. But through my deepest feelings, like I can't stand for nobody to get misused or abused or, talked about or mistreated because that grief will kill you. You know,
Yeah.
it will make you die in the inside. Grief will eat you alive. And I
Yeah.
am a person that have been through it.
Yeah.
Like I say, I was born deceased. Like when my grandmother died, when my great grandmother died, when my grandpa died, when my mama died, even when I lost a baby, grief. It's like it was attached to my soul.
Yeah.
And I had to like really go to a grief clinic because
Yeah.
it just like it took over me. And then even when my mama passed away in 2020, she was just 54 years old. My mama had a stroke of aneurysm at the age of 35. I think I was about 17 to 18 years old. So for 20 some years, that's what I did. I took care of my mom. I took care of my siblings. I took care of my mom up until she passed away. And when I
Hmm.
tell you that grief, I'm talking about if you don't put it in the right place, it is something you cannot shake.
Yeah.
You have, and I did not even know it was a such thing as grief counseling. I did not know it was a such thing as taking your power back because, like I say, I was born in it. I never knew I had it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, someone wanted to know, like, for the generations now, for the younger generations, how would you say, or what would we say about not giving up, if and that is if they wanted to give up, and things would you would you would instill in them. What would you tell them? What would you instill in them?
That's hard because I'm finna be 45, so I was always told to shut up. What happened in this house, stay in this house, and our
Hmm.
business ain't everybody else's business.
Hmm.
And like I said, I got a daughter that'll be 18 this month, and I feel like the younger generation, like we saw firsthand, or at least I saw firsthand of the trauma, of the
Yeah.
drama, because I was raised by a 14-year-old mother.
Yeah.
So I grew up with my mother. We was only 14 and a half years apart. And I saw the abuse. I saw the rapes. I saw it happen to other kids. I saw it happen to other people. Like I saw the domestic violence. I saw the lights get cut off. I saw
Yeah.
boiling water on the stove. And I and
Yeah.
I feel like these generations under us, um, and I can only speak for me, like even with my children, my
Hmm.
children ain't never seen the water cut off.
Yeah.
My children ain't never um been homeless.
Yeah.
My children, because with me being uncovered as a child and being naked and vulnerable, I saw it all. So this generation ain't as strong as we
Yeah.
was. They ain't built like us. They can't take
Yeah.
the heat like us. These kids
Yeah.
won't even go outside and play. These
That's right.
kids want to
That's
look at
right.
everything on the phone.
That's right.
They don't know the raw and uncut truth of what it is to have a hard life, what it is not to have, what it is to not be able to get. These kids want everything instant like a microwave.
Yeah. Yeah.
These
Yeah.
kids,
And
like, they want you to give everything. They don't want you to tell them that. They don't want you to show them that. They feel like they know everything. They feel like they invisible. They feel like they know it all. So therefore, they feel like they're really invisible to a lot of things, and that's not that.
yeah, it's not.
So I feel like this generation like I said, that they uncovered. Like we was uncovered. We saw it all. But this
Yeah.
generation, they cover because we try to keep them
Yeah.
from them. We don't want them to see the lights cut off. We don't want to see them, let them see that, hey, it's not enough food in the house. We don't want
Yeah.
them to see that, hey, even though your shoes, might be a little tight, we try to hurry up and run out and go get it to make sure because we don't want them to see them without. But at the same time, we hit the struggle
That's right. That's right. That's what I think too. That
and we
we
paying for it.
right, right. And the thing is, because basically, and I said it at the meeting that I met you at, suicide for the younger generations at a high because of their coping skills. And then the ones that
Right,
are over teenage years, as Mariah had said, she did. She said, I went to grief counseling. I had to reach out. Even though we were raised, what go on in the house, what goes on in the house stays in the house. Or a girl ain't supposed to be seen, ain't supposed to be heard, they just supposed to be seen. We were raised with all these people saying these things, but at the same time, I think if you reach out and get help for it, I think that's the first thing. Know that you need help. Know that
right,
you need help, and know that there's help out there. Because what happens is they don't have no coping skills. Cause see, they ain't never had
right,
to figure out, like you said, they ain't never had to figure out. Okay, we're gonna boil this water for this to wash these dishes. You see what I'm saying?
right,
Or we gonna boil
right,
this water right there. Gonna go in the bathtub, and then I'm gonna let you take a bath first, and I'm take. So they don't know nothing about that. They have
right.
not a
Survival skills. Yeah.
right, exactly. And even this being able to critically think, like, okay, I might not have it, like you said, the lights might get cut off now, but we can get the lights cut back on tomorrow. You see what I'm
Right,
saying? They
right.
don't have
And
that.
we know how to make the best of the situation. Even though them lights cut off, we know one thing. Everybody get in one room
Yeah.
and we together. And we still good. We still okay.
Hey, it might make
We
the
ain't got no
game
meal, but we got a can of corn and some biscuits.
right. It might
You
make a
know,
game out of it. You hear me? It might make a game out of it until the lights get cut. But for
exactly.
the younger kids, or the younger people, it's such a, I can't do it. I'm not able to do it. And they even have gotten away. They're more codependent on other people. Like if she
Right,
breaks up with me, I'm gone. If he break up
right,
with me, I'm gonna go. I'm out of here. When that's not
right.
even the
I'm gonna
thing.
kill myself because they don't want me no more.
Right,
I'm gonna hurt somebody because I can't have my way. And just because you won't do this, then therefore you don't love me. And it's beginning to be a manipulation and a blame game with no accountability.
that's right.
I,
That's
I I
good.
tell my kids the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that triggered me. You don't know what a trigger is.
That's right. That's what you say. Don't trigger me. Wait a minute. How am I triggering you by just saying the truth? Now
Right.
you
And you
triggered
trigger me because you sitting up here not want to take accountability because of the mistakes you made, because of the things you doing. You talking about a trigger. Well, guess what? We all got a trigger, but you ain't finna trigger me with that nonsense. No,
right,
we're gonna take accountability. No, we're gonna own up to what we do. No, we're gonna accept our faults and our wrong. Yes, and we're gonna work through it. But you're not finna sit there and act like, hey, what you did wasn't wrong and there's no accountability and you gonna get punished for what you did. Now we're not
right,
doing it. No,
right,
and then another thing, like or else, oh, I'm gonna run away. Where is you running to?
right,
I promise you, don't nobody want you but me.
right, right, right.
Ain't nobody gonna treat you like me. I don't care where you go.
And I got your best interest. See, because I'm
I
not
got
looking
the
at
best interest at heart. You think other people outside of me love you more than I do and gonna do more than what I do?
right, right. I'm not
If
trying
your
to
dad ain't gonna do it, who you think gonna do it?
right, right, right,
It's the one that don't. It's the one that's supposed to cover you and love you the most. Don't step up to the plate and do what they supposed to do. Why you think a stranger or somebody you feel like got a badge or got a name plate or got a an ID on them don't do something?
yeah. That's right. That's right. And so,
But these children these days, they want to learn the hard way. It ain't no easy way out. See, we was the type, well, you know what? If I can learn something from Miss Roberta to keep me from hitting my head, I'm just gonna take what Miss Roberta said, and I'm just gonna get out the way and move along with it.
right, right, right,
These kids,
right,
no, baby, they gonna bump their head, they gonna stop, drop, and roll, and keep on going, and then come back. He told me so,
right.
but yet and still keep going.
Right. And that's what I used to say about my youngest son. I used to say, you know what? The best thing for me to say to you, go on and play in the middle of the street. Because if I say don't play in the middle of the street, stay right
Playing
here.
traffic.
Right, right. And I can go back to the door. Guess where he is? Right in the middle of the street. I'm like, I
In the
just,
middle of
yeah. Man, I might as well just tell you, go ahead and do it. Go
the
on, do
hard head, like they used to tell us, a hard head make a soft butt.
it. That's right. So
And
with
so
the
I
young,
think this generation, I mean, I just really feel, and then that's another thing, when we was little, it either you was just bad or you just need your butt whoop or whatever it is. It's like these days they got a name for everything. You know,
mhm,
oh, they depressed. What
yeah.
the what? They got
We didn't
anxiety.
get
Oh,
depressed,
that
did
what you call it?
we didn't get
Uh,
depressed.
they can't sit down. They can't be still. ADHD, like, come on. Now, but my mom just say, get your, and you over there stuck up against the wall. Like, you ain't gonna move. You ain't gonna make a sign. You ain't gonna. And
Right.
it's like, and then society just done changed so much. Oh, if you whoop them, you go to jail. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you try to discipline, oh, we have to call CPS and all this. Okay, really? But y'all got the right of way to shoot them down like dogs if y'all feel like, oh, they're aggressive. Oh, I
Right.
felt like he flinched at me. Oh, but I can shoot him and I can kill him and I can get away with it. And you just have to get ready to bury him and wear your black dress. Ain't no
Yeah.
responsibility or no accountability. It's all legal to take the
Right.
child or life of a child or somebody you quote unquote think or feel like they mentally ill and walk away like no care in the world.
Yeah. Yep, it is. It is. My grandfather used to say, if you don't raise them, somebody else will. And a lot of times, like you say, we our kids are addicted to, or the younger people are addicted to cell phones, the medias, and even their identity now. A lot of people don't even have identity anymore.
Right.
They identify with whoever is hot right now. You're not that person, but that's in their mind. They didn't see
Exactly.
so many times they identifying with these people, and these people are characters, of play.
Yeah,
They're
as soon as they get on the internet, oh, I think I need my nose done.
right,
You think my nose too big? Oh,
right,
I don't think I'm built like
right.
I don't think I'm built right. I need a BBL.
Yeah,
My stomach too big. I think I don't want to eat for a couple days. I'm gonna end up being bulimic. I'm just gonna throw all my food up until I become a size 2. It's like social media got everyone so fooled, and this generation is so quick to follow what's
yeah,
on social media to the
yeah,
point to where you right, they don't have an identity. They only
yeah,
identify with what's hot, not
yeah.
what's not, but what's hot.
That's
And
right.
not knowing that some of these people, they're acting, they're pretending, but they putting a certain thing out there. Oh, I'm gonna be a size 2 all my life. And guess what? I'm gonna continue to watch what's her name? Paris Hilton, and I'm gonna look like her till I get 40 or 50 years old. Like, how is it possible?
Yeah,
So you
like
believing that this woman gonna be this small and she's not doing nothing to stay this small, but yet and
yeah,
still you feel like you got to be her body weight and her body type and body shame somebody else because they not a size 2. wearing
Right.
a size top 2T in pants.
Well, or just the
Like, make it
BBL
make sense.
or the BBLs,
Or just
and
a BBL.
I hear the
Some of them looking
plastic,
a hot mess.
right, and the plastic surgeon
Yeah, looking
saying,
like baby ants walking around.
no, baby, she, they
Like,
do
come
kind
on.
of, but they said it's the
Yeah, cause
most.
they be all skin and then you got a butt so big you can't even look around it. Like, make it make sense. The butt don't match the legs. You thicken the thighs and then you get these titties. They so big to where you can't even put them in a bra. Like, I'm just saying, like, or
What are
you
you?
want to be built like Barbie, or you want to be black, or you want, you know what I'm saying, like.
Yes,
You right. There's no identity but there's most definitely an identity crisis in
it is
society to where it done over affected these children to where they feel like they got to look like and be like and act like somebody else instead of being who God created them to be. But yet and still they more want to alter their appearance and alter their life to fit social media, to fit a magazine, to fit what's on the screen
right.
instead of finding out who they really want to be and finding out what they like in life, find out what they want to do in life, find out what they want to have
Yeah.
in life, find out what, 5 or 10 years
Who
down the
you
line, like what they want to do. Like, they have no
are?
clue because they so busy looking at what somebody else got. And
Yeah.
I got to have them Jordans. You
Yeah.
mad because want nobody pay $200 for a pair of shoes?
Eight
Like, you
hundred.
got an attitude because
800. A gray head.
see me, see that what I'm saying. You'd have been glad, you'd have been lucky to get some Keds or some K Swiss.
Right.
You
You was
know,
in there. You was in there. You come up with K Swisses or some
that's
kids.
what I'm saying. Like, man, $200.
Yeah. A
I ain't
thousand.
lying. I was finna my son, he's 12, and I was finna get him some Pumas. I like Pumas. That's a classic shoe. You can give me some Pumas, you can give me some Reebok, you can give me some Chuck Taylor. Look, I ain't gotta go. I could take $200 and buy 10 pair of shoes.
Right.
But them, oh no. These kids bullying these days. They got to have these $100 shoes and and I'm like, okay, let's spend your money. I tell you what, you ain't gotta wear these $30 shoes. Let me give me 3 pair.
Right. 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 Because because it is. It's tough. And it's not, and really sadly enough, it just ain't the kids, it's adults too that are just as confused.
Yeah,
It's just sad, because
yeah.
we,
Cause these kids are killing themselves because they not getting, the latest and the greatest thing. They taking their life. Other kids shooting other kids because they got a pair of shoes that they can't afford. It ain't the
right,
child that bought the shoes. It's the parents that bought the shoes. So you gonna shoot a child because they got the latest Jordans and the child didn't even buy them. Their parent bought them.
right, right, right. And
That's sickening. It's
even with,
sickening.
even with the adults, what I was seeing was that the plastic surgeons, they said the BBLs are the most dangerous plastic surgery they can do.
Man, you see a black woman dying every day, young and middle age. I'm talking these girls is under 40 years old, under 30 years
Yeah,
old,
because it's the
going
most surgery.
Miami, going
Yeah,
out the country
and they
just
acting,
to get a surgery to have a bigger butt.
and it's the most
And my
dangerous.
grandma, I swear to God, my grandma had the flattest butt. I'm talking, my grandma had the flattest butt. I ain't never seen nobody butt as flat as my grandma. And I said, your butt shows flat. She said, mm-hmm. Because it ain't the back, baby. It's the front that count. I'm like, oh. But see, you look at these girls these days, that's what I'm saying. They want a
You know,
butt bigger. They want a butt bigger. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, it just don't make no sense. I feel like it's just ridiculous.
it's
And I
ugly.
always said I wouldn't care if I became a rich woman. I would never alter my body like that. I don't care how much money I have. I don't want
Yeah.
no mommy makeover. I don't want nobody to think they finna get rid of my tuck and my roll. Baby, that's who made me. God made me, and he made me the way I am. I like that. Baby, only thing I'm gonna give me is a new set of teeth. That's it. That's all.
would say I'm thinking like that. That's right.
That-
That's right. What say
Baby,
the
that's
least?
it. That's all.
What they say the least evasive? That's what they say. Least evasive. I'm not going that big. Now,
Right.
Marada, as time has went by, I've enjoyed this conversation. I knew it was gonna be everything it is and more. But would you tell us a little bit about your book?
Yes, I have on a t-shirt now, but here's a copy. It's called Girl Get Up Now. And it talks about us as women. We wear many hats. I mean many hats. You know, we're a doctor, we're lawyers, we teachers, you know, we bus drivers, you know, we transportation, you know, like we wear so many hats. We work, you know, we have to be wise, you know, whatever. Like I feel like us as women, we don't get enough recognition. I feel like us as women, we definitely is misunderstood, most definitely are. And people try to make us feel like, you know, we ought to stay shut up and shut in and don't be able to voice our opinions because they don't want to, you know, hear what we got to say as women as if we're not important. But they say it's a man's world, but yes, it takes us women to make it go round. But
That's
my book is Girl Get Up Now, and it talks about it's me with like seven, eight other women, all different walks of life, and we talks about, you know, how it doesn't matter what we go through as women. You know, we all gonna face something every day. Just like right now, I'm facing a lot. But even talking about the faith of a mustard seed and the power of not giving up. You know, as women, we have to keep going. We have to keep moving. We can't stay still. We can't stay stuck. And so it doesn't matter, you know, how we feel. You know, like you just said, Miss Roberta. You know what? Today I'm just tired. Even in
mhm.
your tiredness, you still say, you know what? The show must go on.
That's right.
Even as a woman with the many hats that we wear, we can't give up, we can't give out, and we can't give in. We can't throw in the towel. We got to keep going. So this book is a story that talks about how my mom, as a single mom, a child of 14 years old, they had a deceased baby at the age of 14. And that also for the next 5 or 6 years of her life, like my mom kept having children. By the time my mom was 21, she had five. By the time she was 19, she had three. And through every struggle and everything she went through, she showed me that it doesn't matter what you face, that you got to keep going. You can't give up. It don't matter what your circumstance is. It don't matter what nobody say about you. It don't matter what nobody throw at you. It don't matter what you feel that you can't get through. As long as you know that if you slip, if you fall, if you stumble, if you get weak, if your knees bend and they ain't broke, girl, you got to get up. Got to
That's
keep
right.
going. Because we know one thing, somebody's always watching. Even if they don't say nothing, they looking. Even
Yeah.
if they don't even gesture their arms out to try to hold you up or to give you a hug, just know somebody is always watching. So don't never be afraid to get up.
That's right.
Don't never stop wanting to give up. Because you know one thing, once you get to feeling sorry for yourself, the enemy creeps in and he takes over. So we
That's
got to keep going. And always remember, you can fall. It's okay. You can stumble. Just don't stay there. Girl,
that's
get up and get up now.
right. That's right. That's right. I love that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Now, where can they find the book at?
They can find the book on Amazon. I'm gonna have to drop the link. And I have copies on hand. I can mail them out, autographed copies, or $25. Just a regular book is $20. I can, like I said, I can send them to the mail. in the mail. I can deliver them. I have some on hand. So it's various ways that you can get them, and I can make sure you get them. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So, and could you tell them where to follow you, how to follow you on social media?
Yes, on Facebook, my name is Marada Bradford. On Instagram, my name is official Marada Bradford. And I'm also a poet. I'm gonna have a poem book dropping school soon. It's called The Scars of a Concrete Rose. And it talks about everything. It talks about rape, it talks about trauma, it talks about death, dying, it talks about grandmothers, it talks about fathers. I mean, like it talks about a variety of things. And if you're looking for a poet that's not strong minded and that's not that a poet that don't speak their mind and shy away from what they've been through and scared to say what needs to be said, I'm not the poet for you. Cause my poet name is Poetic Healing, transforming pain into poetry, healing one verse at a time. Every verse or every stanza that you read, I promise you,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna touch your soul. It's gonna touch you. From a child, clean on up to my adulthood, and I'm still overcoming some things. The only difference is I refuse to give up, and I refuse to stay down, and I'm refusing to be stuck and settle in my mess when I know it ain't about what nobody did to me. It's about how I take what anybody have done to me and turn it around and use it for my good. You know, healing is my responsibility. And this is the way I heal through telling my stories, through speaking through words, through ministering to people and letting them know that, hey, if it happened to me, if it happened for me, it can happen for you too. But you got to be willing to heal. And don't be scared to tell nobody your ugly truth, because guess what? Some of that ugly stuff that we've been through, it makes us better and it makes us stronger, but it also gives us the strength to be able to tell somebody you're not the only one and you're not by yourself. And guess what? Just like God was with me through my mess and through my test, He's with you as well. And as long as you breathing, you can get up and you can keep going and you can try again.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Now, do you have a poem you want to share?
I can. Let's see. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. I knew it. Okay.
Well,
I think I okay. I think I got
okay.
two or
Okay.
maybe three. Let me see.
Okay.
Okay. One is called Freedom. It's a
Oh,
and it talks about being free, but not free and just free in a sense, but freedom in their mind, free.
that's
You
right.
know,
Like the
um,
caged birds. Why the caged birds sing.
come on now. And
That's
when you
that.
done been that, and when you done been that cage bird,
You know.
baby,
You know. That's
freedom feels good on you.
that's
Cause
right.
can't nobody hold you to nothing. Can't
They
nobody
can't
make
take
me
it
feel
away.
shame about nothing I done been through. Can't nobody make me feel bad about nothing I done done. Can't nobody
That's,
crucify me no more than I already crucified myself. So at the end
that's
of the
right.
day, me being free is not just for me. It's
Yeah.
for anybody else that wants to be free, you know. And it takes steps. It takes steps in getting free.
Uh-huh. Okay. I think it might have froze. Did it freeze up? It did. Okay, we're gonna wait till she comes back. I think it had froze up. Um, well, as I
Oh,
said,
I'm back. My phone had
okay.
it shifted a little bit.
Okay, so you ready?
I ain't going nowhere, Miss Robert. I'm
Okay,
ready. Okay.
all
This
right.
one is named Freedom. Freedom. Freedom from decisiveness thoughts that's suicidal at times. The rage of kicking and screaming, begging for silence. Just a little bit of quiet time. Like a whirlwind, tornado, storm, debris, clutter, enraged, caged, brewing, twisting, and turning. The never ending doubt that seeps through your mind. The rewinding, the replaying, back and forth in my mind, screaming. Do freedom exist for me? The pain, the rape, the molestation, the domestic violence, betrayal, and daddy issues of abandonment, wanting to feel love. My mind be so cluttered with grief, a silent cry, a silent cry. Mm, mm, mm. The issues of abandonment, wanting to feel love. My mind be so cluttered with grief, a silent cry is killing me. I smile daily, trying to mask the pain, but sometimes the look on my face is a dead giveaway. I must not forget, grief had put me in a mental prison, in a cage that had that I had to break away from. My freedom, my peace, my love, my joy is within me, trying to break free. While I'm praying for strategy, God, please forgive me. I just want to be free.
Wow, wow,
This
wow.
one called I Cried, but I Survived. I cried, but I survived. All the hurt, pain, and lies. I look to the hills where all my help come from. My God, from up above. I cried, but I survived. The beatings, the heartbreak, domestic violence, the silent tears of suffering in silence. I cried, but I survived. All the bitterness, hate, and betrayal, even raising my kids all by myself. I cried, but I survived. Looking at my mother deceased in the casket, my soul being ripped out of my body, asking, why must this be? Even though my heart is aching, I smile knowing I have internal peace. I cried, but I survived. Being born deceased, now I have life more abundantly. Anybody can suffer, and everybody won't survive. But I did. I cried, but I survived. And this last one is called Trauma Don't Love Me. Trauma don't love me. You see, trauma tries to take everything from me. Trauma don't love me. It keeps me on my knees. Trauma don't love me. It's like a stain with remnants that stay. Trauma don't love me. All I do is pray. Trauma don't love me. I know I'm not to blame. Ever since you entered my life, I haven't been the same. Trauma pierces your soul and aches every day. Trauma don't care who you are. It hunts you, traps you, and fills you up with fear and anxiety is in your way. Trauma don't love me. It takes my happiness and joy away that I thought would stay. Trauma don't love me. It robbed me and stole my childhood away.
Again, I promised you she was gonna touch your soul. She is definitely gifted, definitely gifted, uh, and I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Miss Roberta.
Sharing your gift with us, and I'm praying that you get the strength to continue sharing your gifts, because your gifts will be somebody's freedom and will be letting some shackles off of some people. So, and it's okay to be an empath. I'm an empath as well. So there's no problem with that as well. And I know that sometimes we could be
Yes,
misunderstood
ma'am.
because we feel everything. And sometimes those feelings do get
Right.
overwhelmed. But those are also some gifts. That's how we're created. So I'm very
Right.
appreciative of your time tonight. You sharing your gift. Again, you guys follow her. She I'm gonna say she performed. She's a DFW area, baby. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. I do. I do.
yeah,
Hey, if you need me, hey, I will most definitely come. Hey, I'm not too far. And one thing about me, I'm humble. I'm
yeah,
humble. I'm down to earth. I'm
yeah,
easy to talk to, and I understand.
yeah.
Um, I know humbleness is the only way. It's a lot of people I see, and they so cocky with, and like
Yeah.
I'm not with all that. Like, lady ask me, can I come hug you? Look, baby, give me two hugs. Give me two of them. Hug me a little bit tighter than you hugged me the first time. Yes, give me a hug. Yeah, let me hug you back. Hey, I needed that. Thank you. I'm not ashamed to tell you. I'm not shy to tell you. It's
Right.
okay. Don't never think you're gonna run across me, and I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna speak. I'm not gonna say how you doing. I'm not gonna say it's okay because at the end of the day, that's what we need. And us as black women, we don't hear it enough. We don't hear it enough from our own kind.
That's right. That's right.
I ain't got time for no jealousy. I ain't got time for no envy. Only thing I got time for is collaboration, healing, and to keep moving and to keep doing what God says necessary to help somebody else. Anything else is uncivilized to me.
That's right. So
It's
tonight we
uncivilized.
keep going. Keep going. Uh,
Mm.
never give up. And we say thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for listening to the podcast. If you can just listen to it, if you're watching it, we appreciate it. Leave us some comments. Leave me some comments. Let me know when you want Marada to come back. Let me know when you want her back. Let us know how you feel. Let us know some things. But thank you
Yes,
for
you're welcome.
listening to us, and thank you so much.
Anytime.
All
You
right.
you done gain a lifetime friend. I
All
don't
right.
care what it is.
Well,
Call
I
me
always
if you
say you
need
can
me.
have you can never have too many friends. I'm a little bit different.
Right.
Some women say I only got one friend, only got I don't be around with, but I'm different than that. I'm a person I say as many friends as I can have, I'm glad about it. Because a friend, God said if I call you a friend, that's a big deal, right? So
Exactly. I remember my grandma used to say, hey, I'm telling you, because when I leave this world, I don't want nobody standing over me preaching about me and don't even know me. I want
yeah,
somebody talking about me that knows something about me. So at the end of the day, baby,
that's
I love people. I love to love on people. I know what it feels like not to have nobody. So it ain't never too many friends. It's
that's
enough
right.
for the wrong friends. But when you know you got the right friends,
You can
hmm,
you can't go wrong
it
with
ain't
it.
can't go
That,
wrong with having the right people in your life. Cause God will send you the right people. If you don't had enough for the wrong ones, He gonna send you the right ones.
that's
And
right.
so you one of the right ones. So hey, I can't never get enough of you, sweetheart.
Well, thank you so much. And good
You
night.
so welcome. Good
And please
night. Love y'all.
There's a spark